Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty with this week's vlog. Well, before this morning, it must have been this morning, but before this morning, I had a completely somewhat similar topic to share with you this week for this week's vlog. But however, things change, and as such, stuff happens. Things happen in life that require us to be an adult. And I think sometimes being autistic throws being an adult at a harder curveball than our neurotypical peers. And as such, being thrown that curveball that is part of life and part of expecting, we have to know that we have to be an adult sometimes and do the things that require that adults have to do. That sometimes they throw us curveballs, and I know I'm talking like in a baseball sort of topic here, but things happen, and you're unable to do things. Things go out. There's added expenses as part of growing up, as part of living on your own, and as such, I incurred one of those this morning, and I knew I had to, and there was no way of getting out of it. It's been an expense that was basically exonerated when I first moved out on my own because I had money to do it, and I was required to do it because of being on my own. However, um, that product has lasted whether over 4 years or more, and now it has come to the point where it is no longer inoperable, and it is operable to a point, but it cannot fully function. Um, as such, it's an unexpected expense that I luckily had money saved for, and it's why it's important to have money saved for purposes such when these arrive, and you can buy what you need to get by and have the necessary expenses that occur. And as such, the bill for said product is going up slightly, so that will also have to be budgeted into the monthly budget because it is an expense that we were not expected to occur in over 4 years of being independent and having that exonerated. Yes, it does took away the expense 4 years ago, but now it brings it back, and as such, we're expected to that it's part of life. It's what it is, and unfortunately, things change. And luckily for me, I was able to do the things that I needed to do to make that happen. And as such, it was what I wanted, but it's sort of unexpected. It sort of comes with a change and with a curveball. Um, you know, Things happen in life that we don't expect. And that kind of, I guess, ties into what I really want to talk about. But, we'll get into that in just a moment. Maybe we will have a few moments, or maybe I'll go on in the video a little bit about what I really wanted to talk about last this week before this occurred, since I pretty much summarized what I had to do. But there's things in life that we just can't control. And so now I'm waiting for this product to arrive. I don't know when. I know it'll be shipped. I don't know when I'll get a tracking number. I don't know when I know we'll get one, but I don't know when it'll come. And it's, my schedule dictates the week. As such, I have a very regimented routine. I have to, as such, I have to be at my house to get the package. And so, I just don't know. There's a lot of unknowns in this. And when we have a lot of unknowns, it can be hard for us. It can be challenging. It's very uneasy to, you want to curl in a ball, you want to hide, but you can't do that. You just can't. And, the unknowns are hard for me. Waiting is hard for me. Not knowing when things are going to happen is hard for me. So all these things are hard for me, but yet we must continue on. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still lucky it's 2 o'clock because I thought I'd sit around and mope a little bit longer in the day. I did get up this morning at 8 o'clock to start my day, so that was definitely a head start. But I missed out on some other things, and I'm going to try to make the best of the rest of the day. But I do want to share with you, with what, since I don't do two vlogs anymore, make the best of the first one and share with you what I did intend to tell you. So, but yeah, so, things happen in life that things incur, and as part of that little sidebar at the beginning, expenses happen, and it's good to have a safety net, or something to fall back on when things do occur, so that you can move on with your life and do good things, and it'll be good when it's all over, but it's just that waiting, it's the hardest. So moving on into what that kind of draws a segue into what I want to talk about what I wanted to talk about before this. I woke up with this issue this morning. Um, is the fact that we are on a technology. In fact, I'm vlogging on YouTube, and and it's going simulcasted to a podcast on Spotify, and people can see it on Spotify. All these things require internet. And last week, I was very privileged. And I don't even know if I want to say privileged in a way, because it could have benefited me. But I was off. I usually work on Fridays, and I was scheduled off. The one Friday I am scheduled to work, and I don't work. I mean, it wasn't the only Friday, but I mean, it was a complete office closure, and it was because there was no internet in our county seat. The internet provider in our county seat serves a majority of the southern and somewhat western flank of the county. Um, it had issues. The lines to its supply was severed, and as such, that the majority of the county that I reside in was without internet for the majority of Friday. As such, the day program did not have internet or phone services, as did many of the other people in our county. And as such, it was very challenging for people who depend on this life, what has become this life dependent thing, such as internet and phone, to survive in a normal fashion. And it's just we sometimes I come from an era, I'm in my 30s, where it hasn't it's part of a way of living now. We're so dependent on the internet and if capabilities for other things, that we sort of forget when we don't have it, what we cannot do, and what challenges it presents us if we don't have it. It's kind of like, well, how do I entertain myself without the internet? And it got me thinking a little bit. I was away for the day, so that kind of kept me busy. I wasn't uh, clamped down to work, and work was dismissed. I wasn't even working that day, so I missed out on a paid office closure, which was kind of nice in a way. And I was kind of, it was kind of, but I would have came home. But I did have internet in my home, but it got me thinking, and I may have shared this in my uh, blog last week, but it got me thinking, like, what or maybe this week. I'm not real sure when the blog was posted, but it got me thinking, what do we do if the internet goes out? I mean, yeah, we have phones, we have cell phones, obviously, things happen with those, but and ironically, we have backup plans. It's good to have a backup plan. Being autistic, I like having backup plans, because things for me just have to work, and it's part of life. And I've always had a backup plan. I always take a sensory bag. Those things are always um, part of the package deal you get. It's been a hard time understanding that, but you just get those things. You understand how they work and how they roll. How That's how things roll, in life. And I have to learn that life throws us curveballs too, and we have to go through with them, whether we like it or not. They're hard for us. They're challenging, but that's what makes life life. It's what makes it rough, and we have to use the coping techniques and the coping skills and everything that we've been taught to make it go through so well. So with that, I want to thank you for listening today. Be sure to like this video if you like it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Tap that notification bell if you haven't. If you want to hear more when it comes out every week. Be sure to like on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty. Be sure to visit me on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com. Follow me on TikTok and Pinterest at Dustin's Dynasty. Be sure to like this. It will be transcoded on a podcast, where the video version will be on Spotify, and the remaining other platforms will be audio only. And I do release those in my podcast, my blog posts that way. So I'm going to thank you again for listening. I'm going to get off here today, and I want you to have a good day. Thank you.